So you might notice the bifocals. Yes, this video is really targeted at me. As I age, would have a terrible time working with Packet Tracer in its default setup. Join me as we get this thing set up so we can actually work with it, especially if you're like me and have trouble seeing. We're going to go up to, where is it these days? Yep, options, preferences is going to be big for you in Cisco Packet Tracer. Let's run through some of these interface defaults. Show animation, all right, that's checked. Play sound, not checked. Let's see, show device model labels and name labels, like that. I love setting this. Always show port labels in the logical workspace. Yeah, that's a big one for me. I want to be able to see what the ports are numbered, and that's going to be great when we are learning new technologies. Let's see, anything else in here? I don't think so. I think these are all fine. So the big one was you're probably going to want to show your port labels, as I said. All right, let's see what else. The color scheme. I'm going to go to classic, actually, because I would feel much more comfortable with that, I think, just because I've been using Packet Tracer for so long. So that won't take effect right away, but it'd be nice to see it in classic. All right, here's a big one, and that is the font tab. This is what is absolutely critical that I start working with. And also, for me, again, with the eyes, I'm going to take the overall application up to a 12 point. And then for our CLI, this is the big one. Courier New is fine, but I'm going to want it at like 18 point font. So I'm going to apply these changes. Oh, one more thing while we're here. The router iOS text, I would love that in white. And I would like the router iOS background in black. Yep. And then PC console text would be white on black already. Tooltip. All right. So I'm going to apply these changes. Oh, look at this. I'm beginning to feel very comfortable with Packet Tracer here immediately because I can see. Oh my gosh, thank goodness. I can see the exact router models that we're dealing with here. When we are going to actually do one of our simulations. This is great. By the way, notice there is the logical and the physical views. So earlier we heard mention in that screen of preferences about seeing the port labels in the logical view. That's what it was referring to, is this view right here, the logical view. Speaking of the logical view, let's take a couple of routers and we'll just connect them together back to back for simplicity and quickness. Notice I'm going to drop that in. It's the 2911 router 0. All right, let me grab another one, drop it in, and that's the 2911 router 1. All right, great. Let's take this connector right here and let's click on this connector, and this lightning bolt looking type of connector is the kind of auto connector, meaning it will pick the best type of connectivity between these two devices. So all we need to do is click on router 0 and oh, it says that particular cable cannot be connected to that particular port. That was weird because it did connect it. I think I might have double clicked and that was the problem accidentally. So now we're just going to click this automatic connector to the other device. Yep, it worked just fine. Not sure what happened with that error message. We can just ignore it. Again, I think I might have accidentally double clicked twice, or rather clicked the mouse twice. Okay, there you go. Look at that. We've got gig 0/0 on router 0, and it's connecting directly to router 1, gig 0/0. This is looking good. If we click on this device, remember we go into that device, and notice we get the physical view of it, front and back, pretty neat. And you can obviously zoom in to make that a valuable experience. But what we're going to be obsessing with is the CLI. And so I'm going to go to the CLI tab, and look at this. The CLI tab is great now. I mean, very comfortable on my eyes. And notice the router is asking us if we would like to enter the initial configuration dialog. This is so funny. The Cisco router is saying, hey, look, you just unboxed me. Yeah, and you've installed me in your network, and would you like help with the configuration? We're going to be saying no to this all the time, because we are going to learn how to configure a Cisco router from scratch. So we say no, and it says, okay, press return to get started. And now we are at what's called user mode in this Cisco router. And notice the big thing about this video is we can clearly see what we're doing. Yeah, we've got, a nice configured console here based on the initial settings that we made in Packet Tracer. Let's see a couple of commands, why don't we? Yeah, I'm going to say enable. I can't resist teaching some Cisco router basics while we're here, right? I'm going to type enable, which is the command to get from this initial user mode, which doesn't have much power. The enable command gets us into this privileged mode on the router. Notice the prompt change to indicate that. And now that we're in this privileged mode on the router, we can do many more commands. And one of those I wanted to show you was, we'll be working with this a lot coming up soon, show interface, gigabit Ethernet, and I just hit tab to get that typed out for me automatically, by the way. Show interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0, and look at all this great information we get from the router about what's going on with this interface. And we can see that the interface is currently administratively down, and the line protocol is down. Yikes. So this thing is shut off, basically. If I close this window and we look, we can see that it is shut off. Cisco's really trying to show us that in Packet Tracer. Notice there's the little red triangle, and this is the LED indication of what would be going on with that port. It's just, it's shut down. It is in the shutdown state. So pretty cool that we can click on the router. We're brought to the properties window. We can go to the CLI now, and we can run commands against this device. And we can see what we are doing. When you are building topologies like this in Packet Tracer, sometimes you're going to want to be saving them. Keep that in mind. So I can very easily go up, do a file save, and pick a location and give your work a name that makes sense to you. And that way you can easily revisit that simulation that you've got going in progress. Well, thanks so much for watching this video where we took a look at some key initial setup we're going to want to do of Cisco Packet Tracer.